Yes, welcome back ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe to the channel. We're gonna take a look at the RU251 today, and well, it's not often that this tank is featured in the inbox of my email, martindoggerwotb@gmail.com. I don't often see it in the Discord channel. It just seems that this tank is not that popular. And that got me thinking, is it a bad tier 8 light tank? Is it the worst performing tier 8 light tank? Well, not quite. If you look at the tier 8 light tanks that are available currently in the game, actually the AMX 1390, the Spähpanzer RU251 and the T54 lightweight are actually pretty much close together when you're looking at the number of battles done over the last 90 days with the number of players done. Actually, the RU251 has more people playing it than the T54 lightweight, which was surprising to me, and is not the worst one in terms of damage. It is the worst one in terms of damage ratio, but not in terms of win rate. That goes to the AMX 1390. It's just that the T49 gets played so much, like an awful lot, like 21,000 people playing it over the last 90 days. So that's a far more popular tank. Is this then a bad tier 8 light tank? No, it is not. It's not. It's a really quick one. Have a nice Eurek T49 Hornet. You do that to me often, I would do it to you now, says Agu_296, one of my loyal subscribers in the RU251. And this tank has some strange peculiarities to it. You can already see at the back there's an engine deck, which is somewhat strange, that has issues for the gun depression. It is a really quick tank. It has absolutely zilch, zero, no armor. That's what light tanks should not have, indeed, armor. I'm looking at you, T92, E1 and T54 lightweight, but that's a subject for a different video. But it is a speed demon. It is a spotter just par excellence. It just drives forward really quick and speed kills. This tank can get you into trouble really quick and get you out of trouble really quick. And Agu is just using it in a really much a supporting role. It would be very tempting to go all guns blazing, YOLO Rainbow mode style on Hellas on a new map that I've recently covered in a full map guide. You could go all guns blazing, YOLO Rainbow mode style all around and then just try to circle tanks like this LTTB was doing, but that tank drove straight into the guns of the P43 Tur and Agu, who then kills the LTTB. And shout out to the P43. I mean, Agu could not have got this result without that P43 taking the shots over there. And this is also what an RU can do, because it's really light. It just moves forward and then backwards really quickly. It picks up speed really quickly. And then you can do lovely stuff to an IS. And shout out to Agu for not using a single heat shell. Not because she doesn't want to, he just doesn't pack any of them. And you can also see that Agu had 14 HE rounds back. I'm gonna watch that later on. We're gonna hop into Blitz Hangar quickly. But this is a speed demon. And there's a really old video that I did when it was originally released, and also one that Pushka did, where he just ran straight into red spawn and spotted everybody. This tank is a great spotter. Speed kills, it can get you into trouble, but you can also just run away really quickly. But it is also a very, very delicate tank. So let's hop into Blitz Hangar and take a look. And we're just going to look at the RU251 in a tier 9 battle, as you can see. And your hit points, it's bottom of the line. Your AP rounds are pretty mediocre. So you will want to use calibrated shells on the tank. The damage, 225, it's not brilliant, but it's a 90 milligun, so what can you expect? So it's a rate of fire in DPM, it's goodish. Nothing to write home about. It's not a damage dealing machine. But as said, it's a really quick one. Base aim time, not that bad at all. Gun depression is actually wonky. I'm going to show you later on using Armor Spectre, because that gives me the possibility to show the gun arc and the gun constraints all around. But the dispersion factors, if you look at the tank, it is fairly accurate too. And if you fit a camouflage net, these are the concealment percentages, as you can see, without a camouflage net. I would recommend you to use this on either this one, I don't really care. But use calibrated shells on the tank, then use a camouflage net, Probably gun laying drive, improved assembly because, well, enhancing the armor is not going to be useful anyway, improved control, maybe the refined gun, toolbox, and then either one of this one, consumable delivery system or the high-end consumables. It doesn't really matter which one of these two you will be using. But why would you want to use these calibrated shells? Well, to boost your AP rounds to 189, and then your heat shells to 275, which is, again, goodish. But especially this one, the HAP rounds. They go to 112, and these are high explosive plastic rounds, which are same sort of rounds that are the hash rounds on the British tanks. And that means that these cause a lot of damage, but also have really high penetration. And 112 is enough to launch little nuke shells up the back of enemy tanks at the tiers you will be facing. So then you have a really quick flanking tank that is just epic to drive. I pop these on, protective, the big chocolate, protective kit, and maybe the improved fuel. Just do this. This would be my loadout for the RU251. And as I said, I wanted to show you what the gun depression was about as well. We had Blitz hanger stating it to be 5.8 degrees, which you can see here, 6 degrees. But watch what happens when I turn the turret of the tank around. You have more gun depression over the side of your tank, as you can see. It goes from -6 and then over the frontal light basically. Then it goes to 7, 8, 9, and if you're over the track wheel, then you have 10. It takes some getting used to, so get the tank into a training room if you really want to test it. But you have more gun depression when shooting over the side of your tank, and you have absolutely no gun depression if you want to shoot over the back. That's something to take into account as well. This is not a Cromwell B. You can't shoot out of your ass. You can do it with the Cromwell B, but you can't do it with an RU251, and I am not kidding you. Right, Martin, thank you very much for all the technical jibber jabber. Can you please tell me a reason why I should play the RU251? Well, of course I can. This tank, as it currently is not in a direct line towards tier 10. If you want to go towards the Leopard, then the natural line would be to play the VK series, the 3001D and the 3002D, and then the Indian Panzer, which is at the moment the least played Tech 3 tier 8 medium tank, and that's with the reason. But you can also go towards the Leopard by following the VK2801 and the SP1C, which is right over there, and getting shot right through the lower plate. And then get the tier 8 RU251, and that would get you into the Leopard 1 line. And this tank, the RU251, is a far better teacher at the line than the VK is, than the Indian Panzer is. Because these tanks are very much alike. I mean, the RU251 is even more of a speed demon than the PTA, but all these three tanks, the RU251, I even say all these four tanks, the SP1C, the RU251, the Leopard PTA and the Leopard 1, they all share the same trait of mobility, no armor and a good gun. And you can see that GC Immo, who we're watching here, is just flying on a T-71 who did not move. Thank you very much. That's 1100 easy damage taken. And he's spotted now by this Black Prince. But this Black Prince is also doing a bad job of isolating himself. And then going to do a bad job at turning around while he's being harassed by this T-49 who doesn't have the derp gun. And an RU251 with that really great speed and a really great acceleration and pickup and power to weight ratio allows you to do stuff like this. You can't do this in an Indian Panzer, but you can do it in an RU251. And GC Immo is going to show us a lot of great stuff later on when he's going to do some very nasty things to the back of a T-44, and he's going to get the kill with an AP, with a heat round, straight through the front of the Black Prince, and then an HE shell, quick one on the side of that SP1C, and finishing off with an AP round. There we go, on the move, thank you very much. That's the turret popped, 3 kills for 3,135 damage dealt. And as said, the gameplay for this tank sort of evolves if you come from the SP1C, which is really sneaky. Then you go towards the RU251, and look at this. He was holding a shot until the Type 59 popped up over there. He's checking if it's possible to to shoot through the side with an HE round. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz universe, it is very much possible to shoot through the side of a Type 59 with an HE plastic round, but then it has to be flat on. And same goes for a T-44. That's an AP round. Do not shoot at HE rounds if you are not sure of penetrating, but if you are behind them, boom! 238 up the ass. How you like it like that? Then we have another one. Bam! 278. Thank you very much. And then finish off with an AP round. Why not finish off with splash from an HE round? Well, it's just run out of HE. Getting 10 HE rounds in this tank, or 8 or 9 or thereabouts, that's you can really use it. It's no problem taking tanks out with that amount of HE rounds. And yes, he is lucky for getting 7 kills because he fired a few shots on tanks that he only had to shoot once to kill them, but 4,096 damage dealt on the counter and 4,883 as we can see here. 7 kills, 1,545 base XP. Great game. Thank you very much GC Honor for sending that one in to me. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz universe, for watching. I'll catch you all on tomorrow's video. Cheers, happy tanking, and bye bye.